In this video, we'll demonstrate the correct method for installing and replacing a new liner in a Vanton Flexiliner XB pump. It should be noted the only tools needed for the entire liner replacement process are a flat-bladed screwdriver to assist in the separation of the body block from the pedestal during disassembly and to make sure the flange of the liner is correctly seated during reassembly, a socket wrench to reinstall the 4 standard threaded bolts that go through the cover plate, the body block, and thread into the pedestal of the pump, and possibly a brush for the application of a silicone oil lubricant. The tools required and the procedures you're about to see are identical for both Vanton close-coupled pumps or pedestal-mounted pumps like the unit used here for demonstration purposes. To replace the liner, the tech will initially disassemble the Flexiliner pump by removing the 4 threaded bolts in the cover plate that secure it and the internal body block to the pedestal assembly. Once the 4 bolts have been removed, the cover plate is lifted off and the expansion ring securing the flexible liner can be removed and set aside. Next, the body block is separated from the pedestal assembly. As the body block is closely mated to the pedestal, it may be necessary to insert a flat-bladed screwdriver or similar tool between the pedestal and the body block to facilitate its removal by prying it up and away from the pedestal. Once the body block has been separated from the pedestal, the old flexible liner can now be disengaged from the body block and the disassembly process is complete. To begin the reassembly process, the maintenance tech will employ silicone oil to lubricate the liner and rotor assembly to facilitate the installation of the new liner in the body block. After putting the flexible liner in place and checking that the back flange of the flexible liner is properly aligned and sitting in the machined and grooved area on the face of the pedestal assembly, he makes sure the top flange of the liner is uniformly seated on the outside of the body block by running a flat-bladed screwdriver lightly around the circumference of the liner. Once this is accomplished, an expansion ring made of Delrin plastic is put in place to secure the liner. At this point, he has essentially rebuilt the pump except for the reinstallation of the cover plate because the passageways for the liquid to be pumped are now all in place once the liner has been correctly reinstalled inside of the body block. Lastly, the tech will reinstall the cover plate, which demonstrates the simplicity of the entire pump. They require no special torque settings and are simply tightened by hand in a diagonal pattern to ensure a uniform seal. Once they are hand tight, just cinch them securely several times with a socket wrench in the same diagonal pattern. Your Vanton Flexiliner pump and its new flexible liner are now ready to be put back in service.